Hello there. It's time for the seventh part of the catching new creatures recently added to the game. Since this is part 7 and the Eye of the Abyss was fought the last time, the current upcoming boss will be the former Pioneer at the Pioneer difficulty. Hopefully I will be able to sneak in one or maybe two new creatures to fill the gaps in my Bestiary. Still 15 creatures remaining. Pioneer, no changes here. There are some starters I like to see here, especially the Tasked Gecko. If I can get him evolved, this would give me a lot of time to beat this boss. To me, he's one of the easier bosses if you can play around his move that can insta-kill your monster. He will be using this move every now and then, usually on the second turn, unless you killed one of his monsters, in which case he will revive his fallen comrades first. Okay, so no Tasked Gecko, but I will be looking for it if possible. None of these offer a particular power I would be looking for. Evolved Lumi would be nice, but I have no guarantee that he won't be a drain for my deck in the early game. I would need to catch something great to make up for his bad stats. He's basically a Magikarp of this game. If you can reach battle 5 with him and evolve him, then yeah, he's a great asset. But until then, he rarely does much unless he gets to charm something which lets you catch monsters at higher health or even using wrong food. Going by the tier, I probably should take Fireball again, similar to the previous run. Last time I was punished for not taking ants. The early fights I was facing were excellent for ants, but there is no guarantee that this will happen again. Hellrats is one of my most disliked starters. I basically never take him because his stats are bad. His rush talent doesn't last long enough. His two moves are terrible at dealing with monsters that have more than 4 health. Vampirism. I am not getting meat back. A new creature I don't have. But I'm also not getting meat back. This would be a nice mutated move this early. It's a mid-game move. So 3 damage on a 5-speed monster. This monster starts normally at 4, but this one is mutated. Some armor related synergies. Strange Mushroom would be nice to power up one of my ants and make it better for handling monsters that deal more than 2 damage. I think both of these fights are bad enough that I might not catch anything. I would like to catch one of these meat-related monsters, but I am not getting any meat back. There is some... No, I cannot catch I cannot catch something this bad, like 3-3, no extra mutated stuff. Just one move that requires scaling strength to be good. Yeah, just... I mean, I could consider catching this monster, since I don't have it. And maybe I won't be punished for not having meat in the next fight, but... Here you have an excellent situation for the Forbull is first, so he can make this badfish do nothing for 2 turns. I am taking 1 damage on him, unfortunately, which I cannot heal. This back move could be a problem if he selects it. He might be forced to sacrifice an ant. Oh, he will yeah, I will... but now I can swap, so I'm not getting hit by this attack again. Is it good? Yes, he cannot be faster than my ant, so I can play this fight slow. Put them to sleep, heal back, finish them off. This guy goes to sleep. Healing back. Yeah, he is playing nice. Although I would need to leave this fight with one of my ants damaged if I want to catch him. He does have some synergy with my ants, but he's so squishy. I'm not sure if this is a run I'm allowed to catch this creature. Access to a 3 damage move. I could see him breaking my draw, so when I get him in the fights when I don't want to get him. I don't have any armor synergies at the moment, maybe I will find some later. This is definitely happening. So do I kill it or do I catch it and take 2 damage to do so? He wouldn't even be useful in the boss fight, which is quite concerning. Like, literally a drain on the deck. He cannot survive any attacks by himself. Maybe if I use Flex, he would be able to survive the leftmost boss minion. Losing meat... I can't do it. It's way too risky. I could see Mimi Lang next fight and regret catching him. I will leave catching him for another run, I guess. Though this bonus speed and this extra mutated move, maybe I might never find as good stone larva again. And second boss is relatively easy. Maybe if I still had pleading phase to avoid taking damage here. Could maybe heal back in the next fight. So maybe this is not a huge concern. Nah, just... this will take too long if I... Yeah, ants are already squishy. I shouldn't be adding another squishy monster to my deck. That's just a recipe for having a bad time. So no captures in this fight. 1 damage on Furball, which is okay. Now I can buff up one of my ants. The 3-3 option is too risky at the moment. I would need to... I mean, I will have plenty of time to offset the curse, but without, as long as the curse is active, the monster cursed will have the timid curse, since that's how this event usually works. So he will have 2 negative strength, and Sleep Sucker doesn't recover health without dealing damage. So 1-1 is a much safer option. There is no point investing in the Furball. His evolution is horrible. Usually. I could see maybe taking it against Colossus. Here I am getting much beefier monsters. Oh, and there is the Karabito. Oh, there's lots of stuff I could catch here. Well, this is a pretty plain Karabito, so maybe I will skip on him. This radioactive talent could act as permanent strength for any other mutated moves. I would probably need to move this talent to my actual damage dealer, which I do not have at the moment, and then give that damage dealer like a multi-hit attack like this one or something better, and they would be all powered up by 2. When something is extracted and moved back to a monster, or whenever any monster receives any injection, it counts as a mutation. This is a lot of stats, and also one dead ant in order to catch it. No, this is 2 dead ants in order to catch it, and this Martyrmite also. Or maybe not. I do have the extra health on this ant aligns perfectly against this 3 damage attack. He does start with 1 extra speed initially. But he will be back to 6 on the second turn. He can tank. Excellent big body for a 2-star monster. If I catch him, I don't get fish back, which is concerning. Honey would be useful, though a little less against this boss, unless I can find Sonar or the world to disable boss gimmick of making everything temporary, lasting 1 turn only. This is a lot of damage, and I have spare berries. I can heal my ant back to full. This is free. I could catch both of them. I have lots of berries, and there is another berry here. I could catch all those berry related guys. Would I need Karabito? Probably not, though Devil's Advocate is pretty useful against this boss, because they all have attacks that apply vulnerable, and vulnerable can be inverted, so instead you get armored up and receive almost or no damage for the rest of the fight. I could could maybe grab him and see what mutations he gets with this usually not very good talent, but if obtained this early, maybe I will find something worth extracting and putting on my endgame monsters, similar to this radioactive. For now, this would act as my temporary damage dealer. Anything that's slower than him would be hit by a 5 damage attack when he's at full health. Do I have something for this event? I could use a fish. Could maybe find P-carp there. What other fish, level 1 fish monsters I would care about? Most starters would be acceptable. Yeah, this would probably be one of the better hits. Maybe there is some fish-related new monster that I haven't caught yet. It's probably a bad investment of fish, to be honest. There's maybe like one good berry hit other than starters. So if I like don't catch this Carabeetle, maybe I can find a beaver monkey with team spirit. Might regret not having 2 fish for the fight after. This is a very plain Carabeetle, doesn't have any extra moves. Doesn't have his best double kick move. Well, I'm taking this fight anyway, so let's start with that. Oh, here I'm getting a freebie. Is it a freebie? Oh, it sort of is and it's not. If he selects this Hydro Slab, oh, I will still have Pleading Face available. He will cancel my Trunk Bite. So I just want to capture him. Trap Beak will reduced to 2 and survives. Unfortunately, hitting this Hollow Ape doesn't accomplish anything. So probably play Ant and do nothing. I could not also not play it. That would also work. This Curing Song would have cleared the torpidity caused by the Trunk Bite, which is why there was no point attacking. Let's see what the moves select. Oh, he is not playing nicely. Now I can Trunk Bite here, but I need to disable this Badfish. Otherwise it would be 1 damage from this move and 2 from this, and this Ant would die. Now this Badfish will be neutralized. If I was getting meat back, I would have caught this Badfish. Now I can interrupt him. I do want to heal back, so I can play it slow. I'm faster than him anyway, so next turn he will be put to sleep. Hollow Ape is put to sleep now. I might want to retreat this Ant so that I can capture this Hollow Ape before it can act again. Or if I were to hit no, this wouldn't work. I will heal this ant soon enough. Now this ant heals. I think I am supposed to ignore this Carabeetle and use Berry for the bait event. So now I can use my beefier ant to tank this 3 damage attack and still heal back. This wouldn't be a perfect heal. Okay, to sleep. Yes, I don't want to overkill this ant. Overkill this Carabeetle. I want one of my ants in the hand to be healed before this Carabeetle dies. Oh, I probably should heal this ant instead. Yeah, that's probably what I should do. So 2 attacks with this one. Having 1 ant at 4 health is more important than having 3 ants at 3 health. In case I will be facing enemies that will be dealing 3 damage. And I will need him then to be at full health, and I wouldn't want to spend food to heal him for 1 health to do this. Maybe I can sacrifice or heal that ant next fight. Deck got stronger. Will I hit anything meaningful or not? I got 2 starters. This would be a better evolved target than Furball. Double hit, poison. This also lets me catch monster with regeneration. Oh yeah, this is a much better Carabeetle than the previous one. Charm gives me a lot of freedom in terms of what I can catch and at what health. This would let me tank or weaken the enemy when I use this on monster with Devil's Advocate. That's 2 blue scales and that can tank a lot of stuff. Oh, former human. This is probably not a former human run. I have nothing to enable him yet. I might find a monster fusion later or imitator, silver beetle. This patchy would be a very nice tank to have. I would get Berry back. Do I have this plated guy? I don't. Oh, so that would be the first new monster. Ignoring this seems questionable. There's also this decent lunar pronghorn. I only have 1 berry. It's not the best lunar pronghorn because it doesn't have mist coil, but he has lunar coil, although at the moment I have not much to use it for, not enough meaningful limited attacks. I guess refreshing bleeding phase could be useful. Catching him with his swift bite. This experimental syringe give me lots of flexibility in terms of facing 3-star enemies. And instead of catching them, I could extract their talents. Or it could also act as an extra syringe. Tank. I could use a tank, and this tank self-heals, so that's very efficient. And here would be another tank that cannot heal, but it might be useful for something. This could tank and heal a little. I think this combo would work if put on the same creature. The monster with the sclerocytes would retreat, and neighbors would get 2 armor before that monster fully retreats, and enough triggers too. This is a lot of heal, and the excess could go into armor. That could be useful. None of this helps me with the boss. This helps with the boss. This syringe would probably help somehow. Evolved Quetzy could punch the boss a fair bit. There's even some merit in evolving Ant, just to have access to sleep. Or I could move Trunk Bite to a bigger body and use that as my conditional sleep user. Maybe this fight is better. This could be a difficult fight if they both went for the big hits. I could face some damage here. My Water Warrior doesn't have good matchup here. Or here. Or here. Or here. Yes, maybe that's a good enough reason to go here. This Water Warrior could one-shot this Darknock. Fortress. Can I make use of Fortress in this round? Maybe if this was a different boss. Tanking this boss rarely matters. So this would be just spending resources on something that won't yield much returns. Against Colossus, this would be something I would prefer to have. To tank some of his attacks. Apache and that thing. That thing shouldn't be too difficult. This plated guy shouldn't be too difficult to carry to the end. But the deck will be quite bloated after I finish this fight and have these two and this former human. Like, hopefully the fight after will let me streamline it a little bit. Oh, I will probably need some extra syringes to make this radioactive good. So that would be one of reasons to go here. So this is a lot of damage taken. Yeah, maybe let's capture a better tank first. Sprint. It's probably not very useful. There are not that many interesting speed synergies unless I find fast Predator soon enough. Furbo can take care of him. Ants can farm Dispatchy for days. Well, Ants can farm all these guys. But one of my Ants is damaged, so I will need to use someone else here. Yeah, this is a very easy fight. Probably won't take any damage here. I mean when the fight finishes. I should be also able to heal this ant, hopefully. Ooh, excess will go to armor. Well, I guess that gives me time to put him to sleep now. Yeah, this is a perfect example why ants are some of the strongest secondary starters. Like, look like how you are farming this fight. They are basically helpless. Even the guy in the back would struggle to do anything. No, this one will go to sleep next turn, these two go to sleep now. 嗯 Healing here. This guy goes to sleep. Odds are also in my favor. We keep selecting their top moves most of the time. Anything to deploy? Oh, I want to heal first. Apache will soon go to sleep again. Five damage hit incoming. One bonus because he's slower. Apache in the capture range. Oh, I must change order here since I'm running out of trunk bites ever since they got nerfed many months ago, and now they are limited to 4 uses only. It rarely matters, but in this situation it would. And I don't want to kill him, I want to catch this plated guy. Yes, one monster added to the Bestiary, but I still need to carry it to the end, defeating the boss, to get his fun fact too. Maybe fusion? Oh, there is a fusion. Huh. Oh. Oh. I have a nice little combo here. I can enable this Noxious Fury attack for 10, which requires that the enemy has poison of at least 2, by putting poison spray on the same monster. Probably on him, although he's a little slow, which is something I don't particularly enjoy. Fortitude might be useful. How much meat I have? I have 2 meats. It's not the Theopoda version I like. The infection is usually a very bad move. The one I like has flu. Yeah, this is a much better move. This poison part being lower, it doesn't matter. It's the weakness component which eventually turns many monsters into useless fodders that can be used for all sorts of stalling purposes. There is a dubious combo of this fortitude and soil absorption, so you wouldn't go to sleep, but you would get 5 strength for 3 turns. But this wouldn't matter against this boss anyway, since as long as third minion is alive or not disabled with Sonar, all temporary all buffs will be turned into temporary ones lasting 1 turn only. Oh, right, as long as the enemy is poisoned, this thing will also be faster. So maybe this is worth it to move Venom Spray here. What else would I like to do? I would like to give former human actual moves. He would be great after fusing him with an ant. This ant will have 7 speed, but is that an overkill or not? The health won't transfer to the fusion. 7 speed would. It might matter in some later fights. So maybe I will do that. It would be worse if I find Silver Beetle next. Radioactive works with the amalgamate very well too. All the moves on the amalgamate and talents are considered mutated. Well, I have some interesting options. Probably an ant to always have a source of sleep, and he will be able to heal back, which is useful. What else I could do? Maybe fuse with Furbo? 6 speed. I might end up using this curing song during the boss fight and remove the debuffs on my monsters. But I might also find something better or just ignore them and like kill the rightmost minion on the first or on the second turn, making this irrelevant. And not something I would extract usually. Fortitude is decent against this boss. It prevents getting the vulnerable debuff from all attacks. You might also be able to disable negative stuff on your own monsters from other sources, like many curses. You can farm enemies that do a lot of poison, and there's more poison than ever in this patch. Well, I will think what to do later. I think I am supposed to feed one ant here in order to put him out of the commission with another sleeping trunk bite next turn. I'll be taking damage from this. Fusion will put my monster back to full if I use the same monster to tank. Sketchy would be able to tank easily. I'm sort of getting a freebie here since he's going asleep. Will I need this venom spray? Can speed up catching this spotted gigapod. This will negate taking damage. I mean, I could use Pleading Face here, but my deck is too bloated as it is, so I would prefer to... start trimming it a little. This poison might matter. Damage here. It would have make a lot of sense to apply poison here to ensure that he won't be able to go again. I'm hoping I will be able to tank that big hit with a human, or I can sacrifice an ant or something. Oh, I didn't draw another ant. I can use Pleading Face here. Let's see, he's down to 2. I can use another trunk bite next turn and catch it. Oh, I can get extra armor. That works. What? This doesn't count overheals. Oh, the talent is a lot worse than I thought. It's basically useless unless you damage your own monsters. Oh, I did draw former human. Former human won't won't speed up. Dealing more damage to that thing. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have rushed taking this guy. Poison would be better here. Oh, Furball might still be useful. Yeah, that was definitely not the right move earlier. I put too much focus on catching him as soon as possible, and I guess I accomplished this. But now I'm losing an extra monster because of this, so I could also buy time with this former human. But this doesn't improve my situation. 2 hits need to connect here to take him out. Even with 4 armor, this Vaquita cannot survive. Carmitra. With bonus strength. I might regret losing bleeding phase now, but I will have lots of health. That works. Wish I knew he would select that, but you cannot predict that. Freebie. Kill here. Running out of trunk bites again. Oh, I guess I will be able to use this former human to tank hits from this Maniaruk and heal to full anyway, so that's good. Perfect. Former human tanking this guy, and I can just wear him down from a different lane. And still get 12 health back before the fight ends. Do I want this fortitude or not? It's probably too ambitious. Since I will be probably interested in this radioactive move. And at least another move. A multi-hit, so that's 2. I might end up moving this venom spray, so that's 3. I don't think I can afford taking this fortitude. It would have been useful, yes, but I guess I can tank this hit here too. Apache is about to retreat next turn and heal back to full. Kill that thing. Oh, I might be needing also some syringes to get whatever this guy gets with his unstable genome. Fusing? Maybe fusing former human with this water warrior would make sense. Then later I could give him radioactive and a multi-hit, so he could hit for 10 with just a basic 1-1 multi-hit like this one. Don't normally like taking determination, and former human would only have the amalgamate, or with this guy would only have 5 speeds. That's a bit low for the late game, and even for the boss, allowing the boss minion to go first, which would disable the determination. Yeah, this is probably too ambitious. Hope I healed all my ants. Yeah. Okay, so let's just stick to the original plan, so I always have a sleep user which can, in the worst case scenario, disable the boss on the second turn when he selects his insta-kill attack. Time paradox. There's... oh, Hypnowave. And a new monster. Can I catch that new monster? I can. Hypnowave is excellent against this boss. I don't need to do this hit twice before I put to sleep with Trunk Bite. Having access to this much sleep secures the fight, though I'm not fond of losing health on this golden syringe, but I do have a pretty beefy boys who could heal back, like Patchy, Amalgamate. I could move Venom Spray here for free, I could move Furious Fangs here for free, I could move Unstable Genome, I could move Radioactive. The more I think about it, the more alluring it is. Oh wow. It's like second best thing you can have for this fight, since Omnipresent creates an endless fodder of tentacles. Can I enable this frigid somehow? I don't have negative speed. This would be evolved Quetzis or Quetzarion. A bit on the slower side unless I extract that talent from Gigapod, which I'm not sure I want to. This would be a nice multi-hitting move. This would solve the boss. Well, both of these options win. This one gets me another monster. I can load my monsters with stuff so that they will remain useful no matter what I draw. Would be able to move this stuff for free, heal this guy to full. Huh. Yeah, by default Quetzarion is 4 speed, which is not ideal. And this wouldn't last long enough to keep him fast enough. I mean, with some effort, like I could put this Venom Haste on Quetzarion, maybe Determination. He could kill an enemy in front of him, damage another one, so someone poisoned will remain on the field, so Venom Haste will remain active. But I am getting so much value of this Infinite Syringe, and I actually have bodies big enough to handle the damage taken from all the extractions. I can even get rid of this patch if I want, though I probably won't. Maybe I will move Nap here, since these bodies are similar when healed. But this one can do anything with 1 speed. There is not much point investing into him unless giving him more tanking talents, which is not a bad idea in itself. Being able to move all this stuff for free is just these two, and I think he's just about to get another mutation when this fight starts. And moving this radioactive, I still have all my syringes. I will be very loaded for the last fight. This is nice. This will remain relevant when I move it to something fast, like him. Multi-hits go well with Sleep Sucker. 3 in my deck? No, I can use those bodies. Even if I draw my... Well, there are some draws which could be bad, like if I draw too many squishies at once, in which case I might be forced to play one more monster per turn only and wait until I can arrange a better board for me. Acid Wave as my bonus move. Well, it does something, it keeps increasing the damage on the enemies. Not something you would usually spam unless it was put on a tanky monster or something. And it wouldn't be good against this boss unless you take out the last minion. I'm getting close to kill the last minion on the first turn. I just need a little more push. Like right now I would be able... The last minion has 15 health. And he's not protected by anything, so this radioactive, whatever better I find next, either strength or a multi-hit, and that thing dies easily. But this is all coming together nicely, and it looks like I would be able to carry 2 monsters to the end. Crippling disease. Oh. Interesting. I do have some poison. It's a pity. It's a pity this thing is not slightly faster to deal with this guy. Wish I had Kilimaro with me. And this is the... not the type of draw I wanted to see. If I use sprint first, this crippling disease I would only be hit by 1, and I could use food to heal, and then next turn I have access to 5 damage, which would kill this guy. I'm not sure if I want to take all those attacks though, so... Wish I knew when my next ant will be drawn. There is some merit in keeping Quets in hand, so that I will be able to use this 10 damage move immediately. These are of little concerns. The biggest problem would probably be this guy, since whenever he kills something with this move, everything on my side gets 3 weakness. With 2 trunk bites I can catch him easily. It means that I tank attack here. I guess I can tank this. I can tank this with Organic Shower. Can maybe tank this attack. I'd like to make use of this crippling disease too, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to. This guy might be a concern, so I might want to set up either a fast kill or capture. Well, this Vaquita might be could tank him. I have effective health of 8. I am left at 3, but I am not making progress putting damage into him unless I use this Venom Spray, which would be 3 damage over 2 turns. And then I would only need to hit him once for 3 damage, which I don't currently have a good access to it. He might switch to this annoying move that would kill most of my monsters at full health except one. So there is some merit in putting Trunk Bite here and ensuring that whenever I draw the next monster with a Trunk Bite I could put him to sleep. I have 50% chance of drawing a Trunk Bite user next. In the worst case scenario it would take 3 turns to do so, which would mean losing 3 monsters. Let's see. For the crippling disease plate work I need to put poison on the same monster. That's a little tricky fight. I do win big if I draw another Trunk Bite user next. Even this Gigapod could... this Gigapod could finish him off if I were in danger. But for this type of play I would need to put someone here to tank this attack. And they would probably both have to die if I only play 2 monsters and I get hit by all these. If I play more monsters, this effect triggers and they all lose 3 strength, which is horrible. I could tank all their attacks, maybe that's the best play I have available. So how would that go? If crippling disease here, it would be 2 damage taken. I heal him back with any food. First turn sprint, next turn I have a 5 damage attack and he always dies. Then he always dies. It's very efficient. That means I need to tank this hit and survive. This guy can do it. So buying time. Not putting poison here does feel a little bad to me. So like this. He only hits me for 1 and another from poison. I'm back at 1. Here I have 8, I'm down to 3. And I don't want this sketchy to tank since I want him to have at least 2 health before this fight ends, so I can extract Venom Spray and Furious Fangs. Although there might be some merit in getting let's see, maybe I will use some food here. Yeah, I'll probably have to. Oh, I just noticed a flaw in my plan. Oh, maybe I have to do it differently. Because if at any point my plan is to trunk bite him twice, he will kill if he keeps using that move, and that will weaken the rest. I won't probably have access to the curing song to remove it. I do have some good draws. Well, 3 of these draws are great. Maybe I heal. Pre-healing him seems bad. I do have one. I do want one meat here. What do I get? 2 fishes. I need 1 fish here, so I can't use fish to heal. Maybe now it is a waste. Oh, I did draw my gigapod. So this play is always happening. I can kill either of those. Probably this guy, since this one is not doing anything. So he's just about to get a 6 damage attack, which is concerning. I might have to sacrifice something to him to make this more smooth. Taking this damage, he doesn't feel nice. Oh, maybe I was... Oh, that was a huge blunder on my part. I should have retreated this guy and used curing song. Then that would have allowed me to play the ant now. Oh, taking so much damage now. So I need to kill this gigapod too, which doesn't feel great. Well, I might heal him later. Surprisingly annoying anti-player type of attack. In your hands it would be half decent against before the boss and barely useful there. My options are not great here. Using food now to heal is just... it's this weakness, that's the problem. I cannot afford to have it applied to me. At least not anytime soon, or lots of things will start falling apart. He has a freebie next turn. I don't have better options. I need better here. I'm not getting meat right. So using food right before this Infinite Syringe is just so horrible. It's so inefficient. Maybe I cannot afford to catch him. That would be a wiser thing to do. I should use this one, even though I won't have meat for the next fight. I fear I will soon be healing him anyway if I want to build on him. Oh, awful. See, killing him is not a problem. It's leaving him at the right amount of health. I fear I have to kill him. Oh no, this is a good... Oh, I almost missed it. Looks like this Sloth will be joining my team after all. Yeah, this 4 damage is enough to bypass 2 points of sturdy and kill this Carney trap. Yeah, the fight is about to be over. 5 damage here. Oh, and I'm getting a freebie here as well. That's great. Which means I will be able to heal my amalgamate before a syringe. I might use rest in this. In this fight, even though I would have moved it anyway, just to have him more health. Is there anything that I care about to have on him other than Venom Spray? I'm guessing I'm going to cycle him, and yeah, then the map would be useful, even if it means I will be spending a syringe now. But I might struggle to find enough targets after this fight. So I think it's worth using it in just a second, just to have him at better health. Here we have a nice speed tie. Can I take this fight slow? I think I can. I don't have enough ants. I guess I will sacrifice one here. Oh, I won't be able to sleep him again. A bit of a waste. Oh, he's ready for the event, somewhat. this fight is over. I can now do my power play. No point healing him, just extracting the good stuff. Super. Streamlining my deck as much as I can. There is some argument to be made that putting radioactive here is weird, because the strong bite will hit for 3 damage for the minimum, which would make catching and putting enemies harder. Now this Noxious Fury is enabled. I want this guy stripped apart. He might be a decent. Maybe I should build on him. Since he has nap, he will be able to quick soon enough. Healing this guy to full will take longer. I will need to use the Hypnocry first. I can take this unstable genome, sure why not. Well, there is some punish. You can get curses, talents you might not want to have, which acts like curses. That's a little risky, but that's what I can use my extra syringes for. Looks like this guy would be a drain on my deck. So what do I do? Damage to him. Yeah, it would be a little redundant to put him here. It will take longer to heal him, which is slightly concerning. He also accepts all foods as amalgamate, so shouldn't be too bad. Like one multi-hit when the enemy is asleep is already 4 health difference. Maybe I give him this organic shell. Oh, I will make this underwhelming talent useful while I am healing. Back to full. Crippling disease. Crippling disease put here would somewhat make sense, but the problem with that is that he will have 10 speed as long as the opposing enemy is poisoned, and all what I would do with it was doing this one big hit, so that would make a weakening enemy probably irrelevant. So if I were to do this type of play, I probably should do this on something more tanky like this guy, even though his speed is very suspicious. Someone who can use these poison scales. Everything this unstable genome finds will be mutated. This is very greedy of me to put it here. I might end up regretting it. I don't think you need that move. Excess health. He poisons someone and then heals back? I can't imagine carrying him to the end though, that's the problem. But this is my biggest body. Let's see, my aunts... what I will be carrying? These two for the Bestiary. These two, and probably my fine... oh, and this sleeping dude. Yeah, I don't think I can afford carrying this patchy. As fun as this crippling disease infection idea would be, maybe... oh. Maybe one of my aunts will remain relevant slightly longer. It can use poison scales. Could also move this Hypnocry here, since he's my fastest monster. Or I could move Hypnocry here. But if I am putting enemy to sleep next turn, he will only have one poison remaining, so Noxious Fury will no longer be active. So probably best to not have it on the same monster. This is a good enough body for the boss. Crippling disease. Oh, there's... oh, I need to be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it looks like I won't be reaching the limit of 15 mutations generated by talents and moves. But it's something to be concerned. I think I will be getting 2 more. Poison scales here. Oh, I know what I should do. Since he is basically a bigger ant. Oh, not this one. I can give him a talent to let him heal. Heals for everyone. Maybe this guy would be able to heal himself? Probably not, because his stats are not very good. Like 4 speed on a 4-star creature. No. What even is that? Sleep Sucker. Okay, this ant is no more. So do I want to use this crippling disease somehow or not? He is the closest who would be able to use it. Set up a fight. Use infection first. It might be worth it, but then I would be left at 2 health. It makes stalling and healing back easier. Where do I use this organic shell? This would work on him when retreating, if he had the eternal shell from the Titanoros. But without it, it's not gonna work. I guess this... I don't know. Maybe him being able to tank extra would be relevant? him being able to heal and do something in the 7th fight? Once the threats are dealt with. I'm not sure. Let's not overthink it. I could give him Trampite. I probably should. There is not... So no poison scale after all. Maybe give him Sleep Sucker. Just in case I would need more bodies for the fight before the boss. I could move this Apex. Let him scale during the boss fight. It would be a little slow though. There is a Sleep Sucker here, yes. Would need to connect at least once against something that's asleep. My other monsters would be probably busier doing the same. Using organic shell once would be easy. Oh, I guess. A little filmsy, but I just need to recover. Oh, that's one of the better tools I could have against the boss. Oh, there's also Eco. And another new monster. I can put one of those guys. Oh, he has 6 speed. Is that a problem? Okay, I definitely don't need you. I need to carry that thing. This... Oh, oh, what a punish. What a punish for using meat. They do have fish, and this Flurry is good enough. And this is like a freebie for the next fight. This report is worthless. Oh. I think the boss would also cancel this talent, but with this Sonar I won't have to care about anything, so... It would be nice to have this Nocturnal Sun. But catching this monster seems very optimistic. Okay, so how is gonna... How's my turn gonna look like? I play this guy, he has 10 speed. He can kill any of these. This Furious Fangs hits for 6 at the minimum, so that takes care of this guy. I'm getting not the food I would prefer, but with this vial that can catch anything, it doesn't matter. As long as I don't get killed by any of these by accident. None of my guys is poisoned. Maybe if he selects the Enlighten, I would be able to catch him. If not, I will have to kill him. So let's see. Sleep move here. Furious Fangs here. My big hit here. That's probably the most likely thing that will happen. Yes, that's exactly what will happen. Yeah, he has 6, I have 7. 7 beats 6. You're out. I would like to use someone to set up, but this will have to wait. See? Radioactive. Oh, looks like I'll be only gaining 1 mutation. Still too late. Yeah, so here. Sonar will arrive here. I can tank 1 hit of this. These 2 are out. Go to sleep. 6 speed beat 5. I cannot catch him this run, unfortunately. If I had Hypnocry here, then yeah, maybe it would have been doable. Or if he didn't start with Harmony, so his speed would be lower. So I could swap these 2. Now I need sleep here. And I am getting my health back. And this guy gets armor at the same time. Does this mean I am not doing anything here? Probably he will be at effective 6. Taking damage. These guys are 2 damage to go in. Once this guy is asleep, they would be able to... It would be nice to deliver it 3 damage hit now. I'm only taking 1 here, so it's not too bad, and I can heal him back in a moment. If only he had 1 health more, he could tank. Using food would make it easier, I guess. We'll see. Making use of Lousy talent. and most talents that require being healed and without the additional uh, checks for overheals are usually terrible. That's the problem. So for me to retreat him, yeah, I had to change lane because Sonar was disabled my talent. Here I can do a 3 damage attack. Guess I can do it like this, so 3 damage will go. Oh, and I will. Oh, that's even better. I can heal this guy. I need to be careful to not heal too much. I will be back at 12. 3 here, 3 here. 4 armor, no damage taken. Or maybe I only hit once. Is hitting once acceptable? Overkill will go here. I want to use this organic shell at the end. See how slow this guy is. Like, this would be a great turn to have the green example land here and disable this guy's damage and almost disable this one. Since he's so slow, he cannot even use his special green example attack. So it's a perfect move for the enemy and not as good for you. And this patch has quite several moves like that. Oh, yeah, this guy wasn't asleep. Okay. I have all the tools to beat the boss. Just excellent. The risk is not worth it. Though the upside would be very high with this move, but I don't need it. Flurry, determination, radioactive is already killing the last guy during the boss fight. Oh, now he can heal. So how do I do this? How do I give him 2 health? Trunk bite. He will need to wait. I don't want this poison to land on Green Joe, so I played him there on purpose. I'm tanking this 4 damage attack. 2 trunk bites to put him to sleep. Now I am retreating and he's back to full. Go to sleep. Healing back to full. And healing back to full. Perfect. Well, I didn't get to heal him. Probably won't matter. This extra health might matter. Something crazy maybe? Do I have Hive Bearer? I think I caught him. I could catch... Oh... This is one of the... This sleep trap is one of the cheesiest way to deal with the boss. Like, as long as you keep one slot open and the monster that's using sleep trap has 6 speed or higher, you can put the boss to sleep every turn, which is just hilarious. That's so funny. So what? Oh my, this guy. Extra health, vampirism. What's the other fight? I do have him. Nocturnal Sun would be useful to deal more damage with my multi-hits. I'm extracting these two. So that's 2 syringes. There were so many vampirism in this game. In this run. Excellent 8-7 body. The body I don't need. So what am I? This Panther wouldn't be even good for the boss. Catching him would speed up my Bestiary hound. Yeah, there it is. I'm already carrying these two that pretty much are not doing anything. I could cut him, that would give me a lot of room. He is already dealing with the rightmost boss minion once I move Flurry to him. Even Sonar would be nice. If I go for Sleep Trap, then this guy is also no longer necessary, since he would be doing the same thing. Also, I have potential of cutting this too. I am stripping this guy apart. So that's something that always happens. Kill this guy easily. This is a speed tie, so the easiest way to deal with him would be to throw this secret formula at him. I could also tank this attack. I could tank this attack with him and kill him with this heavy slash if I don't want to catch him. So I have 1 syringe left. 1 left. Do I go with the sleep trap plan? Probably. So this is my last syringe. Something with 6 or 7 speed, so either him or this Tideweaver. Having both seems pointless, but if I'm using Sleep Trap, the only thing this monster would be doing, that all those beefy stats will be wasted too, most of the time. Very easy to capture with the stuff I have. This Panther. And I even have two fish. It would be much easier to just kill him. Don't bother. So kill him. Catch this. Oh. 3 useless monsters carried to the end. Even with all this extra stuff. Which doesn't really fit him, to be honest, but I would need something that fixes his speed, like the metabolism shift that could give him 4 speed, or starters that lower speed of enemies, or give my monsters speed priority. 4 speed is basically unusable on a damage dealer. Whatever the role this guy plays, I will soon see his alternative variants in the Bestiary. 5, so he's an easy prey for this guy. Yeah, I have everything. Is there any risk of overkilling? Don't think so. Armored tackle, so this is my final move. Yeah. The unstable shift didn't give me much, and it usually doesn't give much, which is why taking monsters with it or even extracting it is usually a bad idea. And this guy is taken care of. This hive bearer, I already have him, so my Bestiary. No, it almost feels like a crime to kill him. So what I'm doing, this is always happening. This guy is put to sleep. This is also always happening. Now this Furious Fangs hits for 10 like I said it would. And soon I will give him Flurry. So that's already 10 damage coming here. Do I kill him or do I catch him? With the Panther I don't think I have room for him. Well, I could discard this guy, which I guess it would make sense. I mean, if both will be carrying Sleep Trap, it doesn't matter either way, but... Oh, I can just use this vial, right? But this is not something I want to do this turn, since I am putting to sleep this guy in this turn. 5 damage to capture it. If he selects Obliteration, I could tank this hit and hit him for 5. That would work. Okay, so these two, this is my third, this is my fourth monster. I guess I want to be taking Gigapod with me. So these 4, my final one is either this or this. I guess I would take him. Yeah, just like a yeah, this them being this slow is useful now for me, since speed priority favors the enemy. He won't get any heal from the vampirism, unlike if I had the vampirism. He will be left at 1. An easy fight. Yeah, I am not forgetting anything, yes. I might as well move this stuff now. So 6 damage here. This is too much. Sonar would go to Amalgamate, I believe. Yeah, this is the... Okay, so 3... determination is off, which is good. 3, 3... and the fish. Let's see if I did something wrong. Three monsters carried, and the strength of my deck is preserved. What more I could ask for? Sleep trap. Sorry, Gigapod, I just don't have room for you. And I don't have room for you either. Looks like this slot will be useful for exactly 1 turn. So he will take a part. During the boss fight. Yeah, I did give him sleep trap, yes. Everything in order. 15 damage here. The exact amount I wanted. Now, just a quick finish. Just look how look how helpless this former pioneer is now. I play this Chasm Horror. He's put to sleep. I can do it again next turn. He will never move again. Flurry here for 15. When Sonar blocks this End of Eternity effect, you are free to... all your buffs will remain. So if, like, let's say I had honey item with me, or the fruit of might, I could use it now, as long as this talent is blocked, and it will not get the temporary debuff like these torpidity stuff I applied has. So the gimmick of the boss is that this makes buffs and debuffs temporary, and then reducing their duration to 3 turns, and then the boss himself applies reduces the duration once again down to 1 turn only. So that's the one of the combos of this boss. He often counters if you like rely on stuff that increases strength or applies other buffs or debuffs, and he effectively makes them last so short that their usefulness is not very high. So here I just tank this one attack here, but this fetus would die next turn when I put my amalgamate here. There's no point attacking, so I can just as well heal. Damage. And now that his ally is killed, he will select the revive option first. If I didn't kill him, he would have selected the time paradox, which kills anything that's in front of him that connects. Like I could have leave a slot empty, in which case it would land here and then finally here, if this slot would be also empty. Now he goes to sleep again. A very fair fight. Now his protection, which he has 10 points of sturdy as long as the boss is alive. Sonar disables it, so I can just kill him immediately. Oh, looks like he will have something to do after all. I need to keep one slot empty, otherwise I won't be able to cycle this Chasm Horror every turn. Unless I had some additional talents that would let me retreat my monsters or additional moves, but I don't have any. Yeah, this is all very simple. Another 23. He still tries to revive his ally, but I won't let you do it. Surprisingly clean run. 3 monsters carried. I guess I will keep him now in, so he will be visible on the... Oh, I won't use this as a thumbnail, so I guess this won't matter. Three monsters carried, it's an excellent result. Very loaded amalgamate, a fusion of a mutated 4/7 basic ant and a former human, 12 health, 0 moves. Look how many moves he got by the end of the run. Giving him unstable genome was too ambitious. If he rolled something terrible, I would be forced to extract it. This was more of a fun choice. Sonar to make this boss even more easier. 2 multi-hits. Infinite Syringe allowed me to move a lot of stuff. I managed to recover my health in the fight after. Sleep Trap to cheese the boss. Even though normally I wouldn't put it on a monster like this, since it's pretty much a waste, like I am not using his body and his other talents. Something as squishy as Deep Weeper, 2 health and 8 speed, since you are not gonna use your health anyway, so speed is the only stat that matters when you have Sleep Trap. You only need to have speed as high as the boss or minions you are facing. After that it doesn't matter. Okay, let's look at the new monsters. I think one was 2-star. So what can you do? Oh, this calcification talent that converts excessive healing into armor has been available before as a mutation only or on aberration. So yeah, that's the kind of effect I was expecting, so all that healing goes into armor, unlike with this move I have. Even though I don't have much respect for this talent, I mean, given how my amalgamate was damaged and I was allowed to move this weak talent at no cost, well, almost at no cost, at the Infinite Syringe, and keep healing back, armor up my monsters. Each multi-hit trigger that healed my damaged amalgamate triggered this talent, so maybe there is some hope for it, but it's probably not something I would extract. Speed is good for a 2-tier monster. Health, 4 health is a little lacking. It seems like this monster relies heavily on armoring himself up to make up for the lower health, which does work to a degree. Let's see what else you can find. I had this attack and I was kind of happy with it. Like a snooze that can only be used once, unlike with Theopoda's healing, which has 2 uses. But this one can be used as a pre-heal to load up armor so you can prepare future turns, or even use it to armor your monster up in fight and then using syringe on that monster if you have something to move. When you are using syringes at this difficulty, that like Pioneer, which damages your monster whenever you are injecting or extracting talents or moves, the armor is consumed first before health, so that's an additional use of the armor. Okay, so here we have a limited move that gives armor to the user based on how many monsters are in the deck. So the deck is big. This could have some uses, though I can already tell this move is not for me. It will probably be useful in the mid game before I start removing monsters I don't care about. Two uses of a weaker heal is still something. Not as good as Theopoda, but it's similar. These moves already seen. Oh, that's the move I had mutated on my Luminoscorpius in the previous run, and I was kind of happy with that move. That move allows, if it works like other healing moves, as long as there is a speed tie with the enemy and you are using the move, even if your monster is reduced to 0 health by the enemy, you will heal back and stay alive. And that can have surprisingly many uses, especially in the early in the mid game. Like you are facing something like a Carcoplete. Carcoplete also has 5 speed and often attacks for 5. So you go down to 0. But it doesn't matter since you are healing back and making progress at killing the enemy Carcoplete, which is like an excellent exchange. Given that he is dealing 5 damage, but he cannot heal you, and you can slowly wear him down. Yeah. I think this monster is decent for a 2-star. I can see myself catching him sometimes. Okay, next I think I had a 3-star monster. Or were they both 4 stars? I think they were both 4 stars. Sloth something. Monarch Sloth. Let's not rush. A little disturbing, I guess. And what can you do? Oh, he doesn't have any variants. That's a little concerning. So he can roll a lot of moves. So he will always have 2 moves at the minimum. Basic 6 damage attack. Usually not very high impact, not something you would ever extract. This grim example seems like designed to punish the player and only being useful for a very short time when used by the player. I mean, you can set up some kills versus some bosses, I guess. Like versus Eye of the Abyss. You kill one of the abominations and the other eye has 3 strength reduced. If you have Sonar against put in front of the Eye of the Abyss, the eye would also have 0 strength. So maybe there is some value for this attack against the first boss. Against second boss, this is probably completely useless. Either the timer will run out soon, or this is just too slow. The fetus would not care. This could be useful against the third boss, since there are many enemies in the first phase that deal very little damage. So disabling them, killing one of them and disabling the rest for a long time could have value. Not very useful against the Colossus and pretty much useless. Too hard to set up against the 5th boss. Probably usually a skip. A multi-hit that hits twice for 5, similar to Predation on Masked Howler, but where must color require the enemy to have any speed. This guy requires that the enemy has weakness, and for that you would need... Well, there are some sources of weakness, like the Paras city quarter item, or the somewhat... Maybe common is saying it too much, but if you ever see the newt and you catch it, then you have menacing aura and can enable this 2-hit attack. But since his body is not very good by default, you would probably have to move this attack to your actual damage dealer and probably move the menacing aura too to make this consistent. So that's 2 syringes to have a multi-hit attack that hits twice for a nice damage, but still 2 syringes. I will take it if there is nothing better, but I'm not entirely sold. Like with Kilimaro, with Depredation, you can have something like Kilimaro and play Snowball first. So that already enables predation, but you don't have the same for weakness. Well, I guess you do, but it's at the higher tier. You would need to catch Grimjaw, a tier 3 monster, and the variant which is the Frightening Talent. And yeah, I guess that could work for 1 turn. What else you can do? Stealing health if enemies have weakness, so you have even more reasons to have something like Frightening or Menacing Aura active, or other sources of weakness. How good that healing is, I would need to see in practice. It is a status move, so it has status move synergies, like Fortress. That could be a decent combination. So you would always get something when you use it, even if there is nothing to leech. What else? This heavy slash I've seen. This is another attack that favors enemies more than it does you. Enemies start at full health. If they survive, they are allowed to use this type of move, even if they act last, and put many of your monsters into graveyard or almost killing them if they manage to land this big attack. So hitting last is usually better for the enemy. I guess if you are facing something like the Colossus, and since there are no other enemies on left or right, you still can hit for 8 damage. It's not great. I guess it's better than nothing if you have like a big deck and use him to hit Colossus twice, maybe 3 times for 8 damage. But if you value quality of your deck, you would never use this move yourself. It's just... Nah. What else? Terror. Okay, so we have a strong debuffing move. It lasts 3 turns. 4 if we count the same turn it is used if the enemy is slower. Yeah, that could have some uses. But again, the extra component, the DZ, is mostly against the player and almost never relevant for the enemy. There might be some... Oh, the enemy The the fifth boss retreats his monsters first before you can use terror. So I guess it could work, but on his second turn he would be prevented from retreating monster he is programmed to retreat if he has any. Part of me is worried that this might not have been tested and might result in a soft lock or something if the fifth boss AI was not adapted to this type of effect applied to him. I will need to ask around if this was tested or not. I would not risk having my run bricked because of things like that. It would be awful. And finally this Panther. A lot of variants. What can variant A do? So this is a very slow, moderate attack that slowly scales speed. Think about it for a moment. This is a speed-related monster, and he has a very slow scaling speed attack. Well, I guess it's maybe not that slow. It's 1 on the first turn, 2 on the third. There are not many, and so on, but there are not many enemies you could use it on. And then your payoff for stacking all that speed is what? Hitting all enemies once for all that speed. That reminds me of oh, not here. It looks like a Rocky Devil, but even worse, since Spine Volley can be used every turn. This move can only be used once. I mean, you could load him with lots of speed from other sources, speed up the process with things like where are you? Oh, here. With this Crystal Surge, doubling the debuffs. Doubling of doubling is especially double doubling is especially effective, so there would be some ways to give him a lot of speed, then hit for a lot. Let's say I take him to the last fight. I have 2 Kofa Beans items with me, or maybe Fruits of Might. One Kofa Bean is 3 speed. Fruit of Might is 2 strength and 2 speed. I give him 2 Kofa Beans and 1 fruit. I give him the feather item to give him speed priority. And this could act as your own implosion. You get rid of the most of the boss minions in the against the 5th boss. I probably should give this a try, but I'm a little skeptical. Since it's limited move, I guess it assumes that the speed is easier to come by than armor. Nah, I already have no love for this creature. Due to poor stats. Oh, this is just barely better with 1 extra health. Well, you could argue that the Rock Devil has more health since he stacks up armor. For now, this looks like a like a worse Wars Rock Devil, but he doesn't require evolving Belrat. This is a standalone monster. And his last move on this variant. I'm not fond of those type of moves. To me they are overly gimmicky, and this 6 speed seems to have been selected on purpose so that you couldn't do something like this spotted gigapod. Where is spotted? Oh, I forgot that spotted gigapod, despite his stats, is a 3-star monster. So you couldn't give him Venom Haste and have 6 easily. Look how much effort you are putting by giving him 6 speed to enable this 10 damage attack. Right now this seems terrible. Maybe other variants can make up for it. Yeah, this variant can farm speed, but this requires using the move several times. It could be sped up if you had like Mystic Presence. Like if you had the deer or the Silver Hornet. Hypersensitives that would speed up gaining of speed. But this variant cannot weaponize all that speed, he can only use it for healing. And he removes that speed. Well, at least he can spam this status move, so that's not entirely bad, and this monster can self-heal. But is that what you are what you want to do? Catch a 4-star creature and use it to heal? By himself he cannot even survive 3 damage coming from the Abomination against the second boss, and if the Eye of the Abyss uses Calamity that hits all lane for 3 on the same turn. So that already makes him not passing the late game test. Stats are bad. No. So this variant can farm 2 speed each turn. Now that has some passive synergies, like pretty much whenever you are getting speed, you can consider how good would that speed be with the fast predators that turns all the speed into strength. That might have some uses against the fair boss, which is often the boss where you can farm stats before you proceed to the next phases and finish them swiftly. 6 damage is like... it's merely okay. It's usually not... those type of basic attacks are not good versus bosses. Oh, so he will have one of these two. Well, hyper speed, and maybe that's why this sweep move is a limited move, because this variant can farm speed over time. Maybe that was the reasoning behind this. I might give this monster a try if he starts mutated, but for now I will remain skeptical. Even maybe once in a blue moon I will catch him if I see this hyper speed variant, and while already having this fast predator and farm one of the bosses this way. I do sometimes finish with this talent, so I will have more uses to stack speed. But on its own, this Panther is a letdown. Just I can see catching him and stripping him of one, maybe two components at best. On its own, it's too weak. Stats are closer to a 3-star creature. Spotted Gigapod who is a 3-star creature, so 1 tier lower than this Panther, and Spotted Gigapod has 7 health and 5 speed. And can be faster if the enemy is poisoned and you have the haste variant. Unless all variants have venom haste? No, only one. This guy feels like he had too much stats for a 3-star creature. Better for you when you catch it, I guess. You have a nice body that carries you in the mid-game, but that will have to wait. 3 monsters carried. Very clean. Most of the run is surprisingly clean. Oh well, we will see how the next boss goes.